Well, obviously, as our season is gearing up, we followed what the Duke football team has done closely, and Manny Diaz, start off 5-0, now 5-1. They've had a terrific start, and just to see their defense, just see their competitive makeup, it's been fun to watch. I can't wait to see what they do in the second half of games in ACC play. But they've sure been fun to watch. Been to a couple games. Can't wait to continue to support those guys and follow what they're doing.
This time from downtown Atlanta, the Blue Devils are taking the show on the road this week, looking to get to 6-0 on the season, still basking in the glow of that 21-20 win over Carolina a week ago at home. Here's the snap. They bring 5. He's got time underneath. He's got Pancol, 15, chasing to the edge, 10-5, touchdown! Eli Pancol won the foot race, and the Blue Devils are in the end zone. Over the middle, wide open, down the middle field, it's Samir Hagens in a foot race. It's over, 10-5, touchdown! They brought pressure. Murphy read it well, floated one for Hagens, and it was off to the races to take the lead in Atlanta. From the shotgun, King, quick throw to the right, steps inside Singleton at the 5, he's into the end zone, touchdown. And the Blue Devils will fall for the first time this season. Got away in the fourth quarter, Georgia Tech with 14 unanswered in the fourth.
It was really 3 games. They dominated the first game, which the first, our offense has got to stay on the field and start faster, but defensively we've got to get off the field. We gave them double-digit drives, 80-plus yard drives to really allow them to exert game control. Despite that, we're only down 10. Then the game changes right before halftime. We go in 10-7, and we're really dominant in the third quarter. And the story of the game there was 2 empty possessions. We had the ball 4 times in their end of the field and only came away with 14 points. That really was a stat of the game. 1 on an offensive pass interference call, and then 1 on a 4th and 1 where we trip each other in the backfield. And those are the self-inflicted wounds you just cannot have and expect to beat a good team on the road. And then the fourth quarter, they were able to better us. I do feel like we wore down because of all the snaps we played, and you have to give them credit for that. What I think our guys understand is in those environments, everything is going to matter. And it's the small details that you have to master. And so whether that is our footwork on a handoff so we don't trip each other, or who has the back on a certain blitz, for their go-ahead touchdown. These are the things that they're going to make enough plays. And kind of our terminology we use is we have to make our layups, and we can't make lazy cross-court passes that go the other way down there for breakaway dunks. And we felt like we just did too much to help them on Saturday for us to expect to come out of there as winners.
6-2 at the other end. Oh, what a block by Brown. And a chance to run. It's Flag with the reverse stuff. Some oohs and ahs here at Cameron Indoor Stadium.
Well, when you think about team building, a big thing for us was thinking about not just gathering talent, but how to put together the best team, the best pieces that can complement one another and that fit. But a huge priority for us was bringing in players that are tough. And not just physically tough, I'm talking mentally tough. And then another piece was being connected. Having unselfish players who have feel and skill. And, we knew we were going to have a young team already with 6 freshmen, but bringing in 3 transfers in Sion, Malik, and Mason were huge. And then, as big as anything, getting 2 returners in Caleb and Tyrese, guys who have been through it before at Duke. They know what it takes. They know what they've experienced. So the combination of different levels of experience, but also different talent is important. But the most important is that we brought in a team that is very connected and all about the right things.
Daman sends it to the left. There's Foster. Now back inside. That pass rejected by Tyrese. 2 to shoot. Caleb gonna have to launch and hit. My goodness, what a bucket.
I've learned a lot through the first 2 years, and I think the best experience you can get is just going through it as a head coach. And we've been close. Like, I love what we've done in the first 2 years, but you also know you're always looking how can you make another step? How can you get better? How can you gain an edge? And for us, when you go through the tournament and you get as close as could be to going to a Final Four and you lose an Elite Eight game, I took time to really analyze what gets us over that hump. What's the next step we have to take? And that's what led to a lot of the decisions that were made for us in the spring, who we were targeting in the portal, doubling down on the guys that were coming in and want to be a part of this, doubling down on the guys who wanted to return and be a part of Duke as well. And so for me, what I've learned in the first 2 years, I think for us as a staff, has all really helped us make the most informed decisions.
Duke All Access is brought to you by Gatorade. It fuels the best because it is the best. By Continental Tire, the smart choice in tires. And by Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
You can feel confident Continental is the smart choice in tires.
And to handle extremes?
Yep. Tested from the Texas desert to near the Arctic Circle.
Really?
Really.
Anything for the guy who finds that one pothole?
Yeah, road hazard coverage has your back.
For real?
Absolutely.
Were they made by like a bajillion engineers?
Well, closer to 100. Continental. Welcome to the smart choice in tires.
It's Truck Month at your Carolina Ford dealers. Get great offers on a large selection of Ford F-150 trucks with available smart tech like Ford Blue Cruise, the hands-free highway driver assist feature named Consumer Reports' top-rated active driving assistance system 2 years in a row. Tough this smart can only be found here during Ford Truck Month. Get up to $10,500 in total savings plus 3 years of Ford Blue Cruise on a 2024 Ford F-150 XLT Hybrid.
Duke Football 360 with Dave Harding. Presented by Continental Tire, the smart choice in tires.
Coach, going to the film room today to talk about a sixth-year player, wide receiver Eli Pancol, making plays all over the field.
Yeah, you know, we're in a bye week, and as you assess our first 6 games, and you're looking for storylines, and here's a guy who might have thought his football career was over, right? Having to deal with an injury in his 5th year, how hard that is. He comes to work every day with a great spirit and is now 2nd in the ACC in touchdown catches, and as we'll see in this video, always seems to show up at great times for us. So really going back to the first game, this is probably one of the first real explosive plays we had in our season on our first touchdown drive. And he's coming across the middle right here on a dig route, great throw from Malik, and then boom, makes a great catch right there on the hash and can turn and run and split defenses. And this got us going, our first touchdown, the run after the catch, dragging defenders. Again, a big play when we needed it. And then later in the game, he kind of seals the win, just do what he does best in the red zone. Fades, got a big body, you know what I mean, makes room for himself, and can win on that in that front pylon.
I thought this showed great chemistry, too, between Malik and Eli, just in positioning and knowing where the ball is going to be.
That's exactly right. You can see that's a lot of reps in practice of these two guys doing this exact thing on that exact route, which is important because we needed that the next week. Next week we go to Northwestern and we get a turnover. There he is in the slot, right? And this is an RPO, and the safety comes down, which leaves one-on-one with a defender and outside leverage. So there's 7 guys in the box. It's not a good run box. So Malik pulls it, and again, here's Mr. Touchdown. Great ball placement, great catch over the middle of the field, and gets us off to a great start there in Chicago.
Finishing catches physically. We saw him dragging players earlier on that first play, and then here just to get physical up and into the end zone.
Well, you see in red zone, right, size matters because everyone's going to be in tight coverage, so you're going to have catch radius be the telling stat, and that's what he has. We can throw a ball away from a defender that's in tight coverage, and that was really important in overtime because this is really the game winner. Same type situation. You're going to get tight man-to-man coverage here in the red zone. A lot of grass out here. And same deal we saw the week before, right? The defender doesn't know whether he's going to go to the back pylon or the front pylon. We back shoulder it, great ball placement. And again, that's where the size of Eli and his length gives the defender no chance.
Excellent effort, too. I mean, giving him a two-way go. And you mentioned the fact that he was a player that maybe didn't know he's going to play again this year. You can see all those things coming together with his athleticism, but also just his want to get to the football.
Yeah, and that's why you have to lean on your best players, your older guys in crucial moments, and that's where he's come up again and again, including the Connecticut game and a big time play right here. You saw him make catches over the middle. You saw him on the glances. He's down here at the bottom of the screen, right? And we send a guy in motion. The safety leaves. Safety turns his back, so it's one-on-one here in the boundary, and he just blows right by the corner. And again, beautiful ball up in the air.
I like this play too. Often he's blocking with great effort, relentlessly on the outside, and the corner probably expecting a little bit of that with the breakdown right there, that he's going to get his hands to his chest, and that allows him to get behind.
That's right. And to show that he's got the deep threat in his arsenal, right? That you got to sell into the defensive backs that I can beat you deep, which is what he does here, and that can transform the coverage you see later in the year. So a big-time play in the Connecticut game, and then we go into North Carolina, right? And a fourth quarter, everything counts, and you'll see some same as right here to, an in-breaking route, similar to what we saw on the first clip. Watch the great release. Boom, gets the defensive back on his heels, drives inside, right back there on the hash mark, great ball placement, and the ability to split 2 defenders and get us all the way out to midfield on a 2nd and 1 and really get us going here.
Can't get enough of these highlights, that's for sure.
It's great to see him come through when we really need it, and a great chemistry between him and our quarterback. And that all came to this, and again, right before halftime, we've got a great situation to take momentum into the locker room, and this is an excellent read from Malik. Yep, he's up here at the top of the screen, and he's going to run a crossing route. And Georgia Tech is in man coverage. They run a blitz. They're in man coverage, and they just lose him. His man just kind of drops him. Everybody else chases their guys around, and he's ended up being wide open. And Malik makes a great throw and catch right here. I'll show you from the back end as well. Javon Harvey, the great job to shield the last defender. And this is where the speed counts, right? To run away from the safety, run away from other defenders.
I mean, the safety and that other defender had a chance to get a beat on him. You think maybe he's going to lose that foot race, and he's able to run away from the entire crew.
Eats up their angles. We'll close with this view right here. Just you can see what Malik sees. Again, they rush 5 guys. Offense line does a nice job of picking it all up, right? And then just the great anticipation right in this window. He sees a guy open here, but the ball is going to be caught there. Boom, hits him right in stride. And that's why he can be a run after the catch type of guy, because of the ball placement, hits him in stride, and he can run away from defenders and get his momentum into the locker room. So really proud of what Eli's done so far this year.
Yeah, great blend of physicality, that speed to take the top off of a defense. Use that to get 5 touchdowns this season. So far through 5 and 1, he's second in the ACC, as Coach said, with touchdowns.
And here's a snap. Gonna throw, has all day, fires, end zone, it's caught, and it's Eli Pancol for the touchdown. And number 4 getting his dance on, and why not? It's been a long time since he's been in the end zone, the 6th of his career.
It's funny because football kind of resembles life, and in football, there's gonna be times where it's not going great, but our coach says, he's like, something's good gonna happen, something good is about to happen, and so that's just life. You get hurt, something good's gonna come from it. I've gotten, because of my injuries, I'm about to be on my 3rd degree at Duke, 2 masters, 1 MBA. And now I get another year with this great team. So it's, yeah, adversity is a thing, but it grows you as a person.
Create a backyard that's out of this world. Right now, save $50 on the MS250 gas-powered chainsaw. Real steel. Find yours.
Celebrate the moments that matter with a beautiful piece of jewelry or a luxury timepiece from Reed's. Reed's Jewelers, trusted with life's moments.
It's bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Crispy.
Will you accept this leg?
And everything that's not.
Because it doesn't matter where you tailgate, with crispy hand-breaded chicken and scratch-made biscuits.
It's her!
You're not just tailgating, you're tailgating like a legend.
It's bow time. Head to Bojangles and grab your tailgate box today.
Duke's new century cries out for a university where the drive to discover is not hemmed by disciplinary logics, where philosophers work side by side with physicians and physicists, where nurses find inspiration in narrative theory, where mechanical engineers team up with marine biologists or musicians. I believe Duke will continue to be that university, together.
Yo, I'm just telling you, for you young guys, man, watch what Sion just did the whole time. Sprinting everywhere, talking the whole way. It doesn't matter if there's 10,000, 20,000. I heard him the whole way. We got to learn how to play with that sense of urgency the whole way, all right?
I'm here. I'm gap. I'm gap. I'm gap. I'm gap. I'm gap. I'm ball. I'm ball. I'm ball. I'm gap. I'm up. I'm gap. I'm high. I'm high. I'm high. I'm high. I'm late. I'm late.
Well, Caleb and Tyrese, the best thing that they've done in this preseason and this summer is just work really hard and set the tone by doing that. And, you know, talking and words are important, but action is the most important. And those two guys have put in the work. I think for both of them, they had disappointing ends of the season. Caleb obviously wasn't playing and was injured. Tyrese, the way the season ended against NC State. And that can go one of two directions. You can feel bad for yourself, make an excuse, point a finger, or you can just double down on the work that you need to put in, what you have to do as a teammate, player, person. And both those guys are just no maintenance about the work, and have really set a great tone for our team so far this season.
This summer was definitely a great summer, I mean, for the team and individually. We did a lot more team stuff this year. Obviously, we have a whole bunch of new guys, freshmen and transfers, so getting the offense, defensive principles and stuff like that installed early. So this summer was pretty big for us, and also we were able to mix in a lot of individual skill work with that as well.
Yeah, summer was good. Just sharpening up, my game and getting a lot of shots up with Jay and just sticking to my routine. All summer was a big thing. Getting my body right for the season, and then when all the guys got here and we started ramping things up, like Sifas said, just getting familiar with everyone. I think we got a good group, and our chemistry off the court helps a lot, and just being able to play together on court is going to be big this year.
Well, Tyrese and Caleb are incredibly important to not just maintaining the culture, to enhancing what we want our culture to be. And look, I believe strongly in this. It's a different feeling wearing that Duke uniform and playing in front of the crowds that we do, and the expectations, the pressure. And so just those two guys going through it, they have a poise about them that I like, but also there's a hunger there because they know what to expect. And so for the both of them, just to continue. They need to insert themselves even more than they've done, just in terms of setting that tone, because it is different. And I know our other guys are up for it and excited, but it's still going to be their first time wearing a Duke uniform when we go out and play a game for the first time.
It's a long season. I think that's one thing I've sort of told the freshmen. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs. You just got to stay level-headed, and I think it's a good thing this year. We have such a close locker room that we can have those conversations off the court and really get to know each other and stuff like that. And I think just staying level-headed the whole season, whether I'm playing good, not so good, I think that's a big thing as well. Just being, the head of the ship and just helping everyone.
The freshmen have been terrific so far. They have a lot to learn as they haven't been through this before. But I've loved, they've had that blended, they've blended their ego where they have confidence with humility. And I think that's a great compliment because it's hard to be confident all the time when, you can look bad and you're doing something, you're doing defensive drill for the first time, or going against better competition on a consistent basis, but also to have the humility to understand what you don't know and to always be open to learning and to take coaching. And so I'm really proud of what they've done. I think the players are going to be in November is totally different than who I think they're going to be by the end of the season. But our goal is to speed that process up as quickly as possible, get them ready for the start of the year, and then continue to improve throughout the course of the season. I think as long as they have that same mindset, we'll be able to do just that.
Gatorade, the world's most superior sports drink, designed to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. It fuels the best because it is the best. Gatorade, is it in you?
Turn up the heat on the competition this season with CPI Security, proud partner of the Duke Blue Devils.
You can feel confident Continental is the smart choice in tires.
Can they handle extremes?
Yep. Tested from the Texas desert to near the Arctic Circle.
Really?
Really.
Anything for the guy who finds that one pothole?
Yeah, road hazard coverage has your back.
For real?
Absolutely.
Were they made by like a bajillion engineers?
Well, closer to 100. Continental. Welcome to the smart choice in tires.
Hear live, out-of-market play-by-play this year with the Varsity Network app. In a truly unique listening experience, capture every moment and all of the drama. Powered by Learfield, the Varsity app delivers the soundtrack of your favorite teams. Access live and on-demand audio broadcasts, plus over 100 official school podcasts for free through the Varsity app. Download the Varsity Network app today.
Gatorade, the world's most superior sports drink, designed to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. It fuels the best because it is the best. Gatorade, is it in you?
Murphy takes a knee. And the Blue Devils have beaten the Tar Heels as the students pour onto the field. 21-20 the final score, and the victory bell is headed home.
Think about what this does.
Yep.
I mean, for the Manny Diaz era, so many implications. Now you're a game out from bowl eligibility. You're 5-0. You beat your rival. You got the bell back, and you're 1-0 in conference play. Like, everything is out in front of you now.
What we mentioned in our team meeting on Sunday is we're 5-1, we're 1-1 in the league, and we're one of the teams in this league that still controls their destiny to get to Charlotte. We know that what that's going to take, we've got to improve, and we've got to use this bye week to really look at us and see the things that we can do better to give us a chance to be playing in Charlotte in December.
From the shotgun, here's the snap. They'll keep it on the ground. Jones, a first down and more. 10, 5, touchdown! They've tied the game with 5:43 to go in the quarter. It's 20-20 in the fourth. Here comes Polino for the lead.
I think the word is consistency, really in all three phases. Starting with offense, certainly that means getting off to better starts. When you watch us, when we're rolling, like we were like in the third quarter against Georgia Tech, we go on runs where we look like we're unstoppable. It's just too start and stop for our liking, and it doesn't give us constant control of the game. And then defensively, the same thing. I think defensively we stayed on the field too long at Georgia Tech. I think we can do better to leverage people into long yard situations and get the ball back to our offense so they can get more of a rhythm. I'm just proud of the mental makeup of our football team. We've shown great resiliency. We've shown great fight, great togetherness. Even Saturday in Atlanta, I never felt we were beaten until really the clock hit 0 at the end. So we've got guys who will battle. We've got guys who are hungry and will fight and want to improve and get better and make a run at this.
Backs out on the right, lobs it to the left, Cooper flag. Really touched one in the corner for James. Instead, he'll drive into the paint, put it up, and got the roll. Into the paint he goes. Back feed for Evans in a two-hand stuff. The lead is 5 as Foster gets down the floor quickly. Maluach maybe got a piece, but Brown there to clean it up with 2 hands. Oh, there's Maluach to throw it down inside. Maluach back to his feet behind the play. Here's James behind the back into the paint. Lefty scoop, high off the window, got the roll.
We definitely know the month of November will be as challenging of a schedule that we faced since I've been here at least. And that's a great challenge to have. And we set it up that way because, one, we felt we had a group that wanted to play in those games. But two, how can you grow the most where you're at your best by the end of the season? And for us, the experiences of playing some of these neutral site games, playing on the road right away, against high level, as high of a level as you can possibly get, will prepare us the most. I think we'll learn a ton about our teams. Obviously, we're going there with the mindset to win and the mindset to be at our best. But we're going to grow and learn, and which is just as important. And I knew as a kid when I was coming to Duke, I couldn't wait to be in different environments. And we know it's going to be a heck of a challenge, but couldn't be more excited for these games that we're going to play as well.